Hi my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with the part 2 of the want to visit Europe but don't know where to start videos. So let's get into it. Before we do that, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share the content with someone who may need it. So now that you have checked that you have all the necessaries, you have a passport, you have a job or you're a student and you can get a letter from these institutions, you have a clean police record or one that's not so damaging, and you have some money in the bank, right? You have checked that you have all that, and now we can go on to the next step. So the next step would be to decide if your travels are going to be sponsored or if you're going to take on this task all by yourself, meaning financially support your own travel, right? So being sponsored means that you have someone who is willing to financially sponsor your trip to Europe. That person needs to be living in Europe and has some form of residential status in Europe. Or you're gonna take on the trip by yourself. You're going on a vacation, you're taking a tour of Europe. That's also possible. So what do you need to do? There are two paths. So let's talk about the sponsorship path. I mean, the sponsorship path, your sponsor has most of the job to do, and it differs from country to country, right? So in the beginning, when my husband invited me to Germany, he had a ton load of things to do. So I didn't really do much. I just supported it, provided my documents, so like my copy of my passport. I was in university at the time, so a letter from my university that I'm a student and whatever. And that was basically what I did. He did everything else and sent it to me, and then I brought it to the embassy. What I had to do was make a date and say when I was available to travel, and that was it. Because your sponsor need to prove that they can actually sponsor you. So they need to prove accommodation, they need to prove financial stability, or their finances. They need to prove that they can accommodate you for the length of time that you will be here. Now, if you choose to backpack across Europe on your own or with a group of friends, you know no one in Europe, so nobody can forge for you to say, yeah, I'm gonna pay for them. You have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of researching to do. It depends on where you wanna go. So for example, let's create a scenario. You have always dreamt of going to Paris, you want to see Prague, you want to see Italy, you want to see the mountains in Switzerland. So how many countries do we have? We have 4 countries, right? So all these 4 countries are actually in the Schengen area, and that one visa you receive will allow you to visit all these countries. So how do you start? How do you prepare your documents to go to the embassy? Remember video 1, you have to have those like prerequisite criteria to be able to come on to this step. So let's think about it. You have 4 countries that you want to visit, right? And you have never been to these places. You don't know these places. So where do you start? My advice would be get researching on the internet. The internet has ton loads of information. Of course, you have to be careful, but there are information that are useful. So you want to visit France, you want to visit Czech Republic, you want to visit Italy, and you want to visit Switzerland. When you are applying for your visa, what's important to prove, apart from your finances that you can afford to pay your flight to these places, what's important to prove is that you have accommodation and you have transport to get from point A to point B, right? In this scenario, you only have 2 weeks to explore these 4 countries, right? So you have 2 weeks, let's say from July 1st to July 14, and you have 2 weeks to visit all these places, right? So where are you gonna arrive? That you need to keep in consideration when you're thinking about applying for a Schengen visa. Where you're gonna arrive and where you're gonna spend your longest or where you're gonna spend most of your nights, or the longest period. Why you want to think about this is because wherever you're going to spend the longest time in Europe is where you have to apply for the visa, the Schengen visa. Okay, so this is why I'm in my bedroom, because there's work going on in the kitchen and the living room, and now it's making a lot of noise. But let's go over that. So you have 2 weeks to visit these 4 countries, right? And you want to spend 4 days in France, 2 days in Czech Republic, 5 days in Italy, and 3 days in Switzerland. That's 2 weeks, right? But you are arriving in France, but you're not spending most of your time in France. So you're spending most of your time in Italy, actually. So you need to apply from the Italian embassy, or the embassy that supports the Italian application. That's how it is. Wherever you spend most of your time in Europe, that's where you apply from, right? Even if you're arriving in another country, you apply from the embassy of the country that you're spending your longest time. Okay, so what does the embassy wants to see? The embassy wants to see they want to see your accommodation, your 4 nights accommodation in France. They want to see your 2 nights accommodation in Czech Republic. They want to see your 5 nights accommodation in Italy. They want to see your 3 nights accommodation in Switzerland. And how are you gonna get from one country to the next? They want to see that. So very important. I don't think they will pressure you to like show them what you're gonna do while you're there, but they want to see, important is where you're gonna sleep, that you have things booked, and how you're gonna get from country to country. However, this is not the only documents you'll need to provide. You'll need to provide stuff like your passport size picture, other things you'll need to provide. But for what's very important and what they don't really present on their websites is that you need to present a planned itinerary of how you're going to travel within Europe and where you're going to sleep. They don't have that on their websites, and that's something very important you will need to present. So I'm gonna end this video right here because I think it's already too long, but join me next week as I continue with want to visit Europe but don't know where to start videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye my lovelies. Mwah.